Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Thanks a lot for tuning in to another episode of Birds of a Feather Flock Together. This is the playoff edition, NFL 2023 playoff edition. With this, your boy Superb, as always. We got my boy Cash in the building. We got Jay, Cali Rod, and my boy Warren in the building. What's going on, fellas?
What's up? What's up,
What's up? What's
everybody?
going
Chilling,
on?
chilling. What's happening?
Shit, we're gonna jump into we're gonna, of course, like I said, mentioned this gonna be the playoff edition. We're gonna talk about all the teams remaining in the playoffs and discuss a few games. As last week, this may go over normal hour show, or that's why we're gonna get right into it. So we're gonna start off with the show. Since it is before we get into the playoffs and everything, I'm gonna let my boy Cash start us off with the Eagles free agencies going into 2023 and give us a breakdown, and then we'll, as Eagle fans, you know what I mean, we'll discuss our top five. Once he mentioned the list, we'll talk about our top five that we want to remain with the Eagle.
All right. So this year, man, we got some big decisions to make on who's gonna stay, who's gonna make the cut, and who's not. I mean, man, this is kind of heartbreaking for me to see the people on this list. So we got 20 people on the list. First one up there is my personal favorite, Fletcher Cox. Man, I'm an advocate for him for years, man. Like he's showed up for the Eagles for years. Right underneath that is another piece to the division to the defense who we acquired this year, which is Robert Quinn. Brandon Graham is another one. Javon Hargrave, he's another one who's going to be a free agent. Jason Kelsey, James Bradbury, Isaac Sumalo, Andre Dillard, Kaiser White, TJ Edwards, Nadama Kasu, Linville Joseph, Boston Scott, Zach Pascal, Miles Sanders, Rick Lovato, CJ, Tyree Jackson, Gardner Minshew, and Marcus Epps. I mean, reading this list is real. These are some hard decisions, if you ask me. And majority of them is defense.
Big facts. And Warren or Jay, one of y'all want to hop in and give y'all top five of them picks that he just mentioned?
I let
Yeah,
Warren go first if you want to. You ready to go, Warren, or you want me to go first?
yeah, I can go.
Go
So,
ahead.
yeah, so I feel like personally, bro, I think Flex and Brandon Graham might try to come back, and probably just for less money, just because that's home. That's just what my thoughts are.
Yeah,
Just
we
because
can
maybe,
actually kind of exclude them because they kind of
yeah,
Yeah,
like
because they're gonna get
grandfathered
team
in.
friendly deal. They're gonna get
Yeah,
some type of team friendly deal.
yeah.
yeah.
But I'm thinking CJ uh, Hargrave, and Epps. And Marcus Epps. That's what I'm looking at right now. Um, I think just because we got to keep that defense the way it is, especially with other teams, they're gonna try to compete with our defense and get that depth there. So I think having CJ definitely just because CJ's I think he brings in the attitude, bro, that we need. And you can tell the mentality of the defense is totally different when he gets on the field. Um, as
He
far
ready to
as
go.
Bradbury, yeah, and as far as Bradbury, I think Bradbury is a very smart corner, bro. Like I know like he dropped the ball with New York and they let him go, but I think he realized that and he's trying to get right. Um, Marcus Epps, I just been seeing him step up. I've been seeing Epps step up a little bit, so I think I would keep him. And Hargrave, he's that defensive line that we need, and I think him and Davis is gonna be beasts, bro. So that's what I look at on that top five.
Big. That's
Yeah,
good
for
stuff.
me, for me, definitely at the top of the list should be Miles because to replace a run, we could replace a running back easy in the draft, but it's not guaranteed we're gonna get somebody to fit the system, be durable. So for me, it'd be Miles, CJ. Believe it or not, I would take Isaac Sayamalu too, the lineman, because he's a backup lineman. He could play guard. He moves around in the interior sometimes a little bit. He doesn't play too much. He doesn't play tackle, but he moves on both guard positions. So he's somebody also, we don't want to lose linemen. They're hard to find. You'll find linemen everywhere laying around. Definitely CJ. CJ's the captain of the defense to me on the back end. To me, you have to resign him. There's no way you don't resign him. He deserves to be resigned.
Big
Um,
facts.
Bradbury also. Bradbury has earned his contract.
Bam,
Definitely.
bam,
For
bam,
me, it's just
bam.
those guys right there. But most importantly, Miles Sanders and definitely Bradbury for me.
Yeah, facts. I'm pick up them two also. Miles and Bradbury. I also want CJ back. Kasir White back. Um, Epps also because he's a big part of that defense and it allow us to sign another safety besides him and bring CJ down in the slot, or even if we have to move Avante Maddox up, to the safety and let them switch it out. You know what I mean? That gives them a whole offseason. And then of course, Fletcher, you know what I mean, Brandon Graham, you know what I mean, them would be the main ones as of right now that I'll be looking to sign, you know what I mean? And not in no particular order, but Miles would be the first order for me.
Okay, he's
That
the
would
one
be the
who's
first
going
signing. Him and CJ and Bradbury will be 100% the top three that we got to get. All right. We got a relative right here, Kelly Rod, in the building tonight. 49ers fan, you know what I mean? They looking good with the boy Brock Purdy out there. So we're gonna discuss the playoff brackets, starting off with the NFC, and then we'll jump into last week's games, starting with the 49ers. So the playoff bracket, let me present this to y'all. All right, we got the playoff bracket. We see those that are advancing, the Cowgirls over the Buccaneers, the Giants over the Vikings, and the 49ers over the Seattle Seahawks. So as we discuss the NFC right now, I'll start off with the Eagles, of course, and the Giants. What do you think the keys? I mean, excuse me, we start off with the 49ers. What do you guys think the keys of the 49ers winning or vice versa? And we start off with Cali Rod. What are things that you see weaknesses that, not even speaking as a fan of the 49ers, but just a fan of football, what do you think gives you all that edge to beat the Cowgirls?
Well, I'm gonna start off with the weakness, and it's not a real big weakness, but it got to be Brock Purdy. I mean, with his, he's going into his ninth start, I think, and
All
every
undefeated.
week, yeah, he's still undefeated. But he's still a rookie. He was still the last pick of the draft, so that's something you think about in the back of your head. Like every week is a new experience for him. Even though we built a great team around him, but it's playoff football. When it's that 3rd and 13 play, can he step up and make that that 15-yard pass to continue a drive, or to keep the offense on the field? And definitely, I think our strengths is our playmakers, as far as Debo, McCaffrey, Kittle, and on defense, I mean, we're loaded in our front seven, with Armstead, of course, Bosa, with Warner, and Kinlaw. Those are strengths that we have, and to go into our weaknesses is our besides pretty inexperience is our secondary, which is gonna be tested, with Dallas this week with with CeeDee Lamb and their tight ends, and even Dak, being the quarterback that he's becoming. If he played like he did Monday, we got our hands full. So that's a few concerns I got with this game. So
I
that's
believe
that.
Dak was just overly confident because it was Tampa. I don't got no faith in Dak.
I hope you're right.
Worst team in the playoffs.
I hope you're right.
He beat the worst team in the playoffs. They want to celebrate that. I mean, they beat the worst. They about to play a real team. The 49ers are a real
That's what
team.
I'm saying.
They about to play a real team now. They're not playing the worst team that got in by default.
I mean, that's true too.
Big
But
facts.
when it comes
Just
to
being
playoff
honest.
football, it's all about your quarterback. And if I can say, looking at all the remaining teams, even though he's playing the best, he's probably like the number 8 quarterback as far as seeding.
Yeah.
If you just want to go off the seeds, so from top to bottom, we probably got the worst
defense for
quarterback.
49ers is serious. That that doesn't do well under pressure. Once you rattle him up a little in the beginning of the game, it just continues. He definitely is not that quarterback that's gonna continue taking hits and performing. Like once you rattle him, it's over.
That's what I see. He gonna start throwing
You
picks
can't let
against
them
the
start scoring.
49ers.
I've noticed Dallas when they start scoring, they score in bunches, and it's then it's hard to catch.
That's true too. But that's what Minnesota said about Daniel Jones last week too, and look where they at.
That's true.
But at the same time, if you look at Dallas also, if you hit Dak, even if he throws the ball away and putting pressure on him and just being all up in his face, them are the games when I see him cracking the most. When he's able to back there in the pocket and do his little, he can do that 20 times. Yeah, he can do that 20 times and check down to the number 5 receiver and shit like that. That's when it's hard. You know what I mean, for a team to win if you ain't putting pressure on Dak. Once you get him rattled and out of the pocket and he got to move around, even though Dak can run, Dak don't want to run.
You don't.
Yeah, and that's true too. And that's something we struggle with, this year with quarterbacks that can just move out of the pocket and extend the play just a little bit to get their receivers that extra second or two to get open in our secondary. I mean, even against Mariota when we lost to the Falcons this year, he killed us just extending the play with his feet. And I mean, Mahomes did the same thing to us too, but he's on a different level. But that's something I fear that I know Dak is not a running quarterback, but he can, sidestep or step up in the pocket to create that extra second to get his playmakers open. So that's something that, I got in the back of my head because I know we coming after him, but it's just if he moves that lateral movement to give his, CeeDee Lamb an extra second against our secondary, who's probably the weakness of our team on defense, that can be something that they can exploit.
Right. Even him stepping into the blocks and potentially scrambling up, So I get you with that one.
And honestly, even though you guys do got the better defense, I feel that this is not an evenly matched game. I feel you guys have the edge, but with you guys lacking in the defensive backfield, or should I say your DBs, they can take advantage of that. They got 3 wide receivers that can tear the top off the defense, and with a tight end that can run with the best of the wide receivers. And even though Warren dropped back in coverage and do all, all the good stuff, I don't see them matching up good against the Cowgirls offense, especially if you putting Pollard in passing formations. Now you're spreading one of the linebackers out that would normally be inside, and if you can keep Zeke in, I just feel that they can create some mismatches where y'all D-line got to be the most important people into that game that week, is y'all D-line and outside edge rushers. Just my personal opinion, because far as y'all offensive-wise, y'all can match them touchdown for touchdown. But if y'all defense can stop them once, stop them twice, that's where y'all win at. Because I don't see them stopping y'all. I mean, of course, not once or twice. There's going to be more than once or twice in the game where each team is going to be a 3 and out. But meaning when crunch time, if they can stop them fourth quarter a couple of times without them scoring, getting any points, and get the ball back and get points, I feel that's where the 49ers defense is going to come into play. And I feel that the D-line got to be the MVPs this week.
Yeah, and that's something I fear too. Like, if it's a close game heading to late in the third quarter, early fourth quarter, like I said, can Brock make that 3rd and 13 play to extend the drive? We know, I mean, even though he's Dak and it's the Cowgirls, he can do that. And he has the weapons to do that. But is he, mature enough, and do we have the confidence enough in playoff football to make that throw? And that's something that we're yet to see, because everything's easy when you're up by 2 touchdowns.
Right.
Mhm,
You know,
mhm, yeah,
And
so
and
it's
and
very
I'm
good
gonna let
point. Very
I'm gonna
good
let
point.
somebody else talk after I say this though too. And no disrespect to Brock Purdy, he doing his thing. Like I said, undefeated, almost double digits in games, and won a playoff game. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna slander him as much, but he hasn't impressed me at all. All he's throwing is underneath routes and maybe a 10-yard slant and a go route. He ain't even throwing no go routes, no deep. I think the deepest ball he done thrown was like 20, 25 yards in the air, and everything else has been yak yards after catch, bro. You know what I mean? Throwing it, dumping it to the flats to McCaffrey or
Debo,
Debo, and they
Yeah.
bust for 50, 70 yards. You know what I mean? I just don't see him being impressive to me. Where this week is he gonna shock a lot of people? And just say if I'm saying what I'm saying right now as a defensive coordinator, he got a chance to prove people wrong.
yeah, because the Cowboys defense is gonna make him win that game. They're gonna put the game in his hand, I believe.
Big
And
facts.
he has the playmakers to do it. Don't get me wrong. You know, he has everything he needs to score 50 points if he need to.
yeah, he got
But it's I mean, he gonna have to step up because
Long as he
every
don't,
every
long as he don't make them lose the game, I think he'll be fine.
yeah,
Long
yeah,
as he not the
exactly.
reason they lose the game, turnovers, stuff like that, I think they'll be fine. But anybody else want to hop in with this Cowgirl 49ers matchup?
I mean, the only thing I could take from that matchup also too is the Cowboys on the road. I'm telling you, they don't on the road. They're a different team than at home. I know they beat the Bucks on the road, but like I said, the Bucks were the worst team in the playoffs, even though they had the GOAT as the quarterback. I mean, it's gonna be tough for them on the road. Dak, like you said, under pressure. If the D line gets pressure, the corners and the safeties don't have to do as much. And you cannot give him more than 2 seconds in that pocket. When you see him prop and sit on his spot, he's gonna hit an open receiver. Like you said, he's gonna hit the fifth check down. He's gonna hit somebody, and we can't let him play the little dink and dunk game the whole game. So that's my
Big
opinion.
facts.
Yeah. No, I agree. I honestly feel like San Francisco is going to put the most pressure on Dak he's had all season, honestly, and that's going to be a decision making game on who you really throwing to. That's what I see in that game. I think the 49ers are actually just going to take it, just because Brock Purdy's decision making that I saw from that Seahawks game. He made some really good decisions with who he was throwing to. And you got Debo Samuels, who he came out of nowhere, bro. Like, think about it. They didn't really have that much tape on him. So when he comes in, like they really can't study him.
Yeah,
So
there's really not much tape on Purdy. Yeah.
yeah, so when Debo Samuel comes in, now you got another person to worry about. So that gives Kettle a break. And now Kettle comes in, now Kettle's scoring on you. And then you can't forget about McCaffrey, and he's gonna run through you, bro. Like
Oh, I
that's
didn't even think of Kettle. That's gonna be the mismatch of the game. Neither one of
yeah.
them neither one of them
Hey,
linebackers can stick him, man.
Nobody.
and another thing we didn't say, he's coming up and he's becoming to me our number one receiver is IU. He's
Oh
man,
yeah, Ayuk
Oh
is
man,
good.
Yeah,
he's
oh
yeah,
man,
balling.
I
bro.
didn't.
He's balling.
He's really showed me. So I mean, just to think about that, he's another weapon. I mean, a number one receiver to me because
Yeah, he
Debo is
taking
kind of
y'all
a
top out.
cross. Yeah,
He
Yeah.
He's
taking
a
the top
gadget.
off
He's
the
a
defense.
gadget type of player. He reminds me like almost like a Kamara type of player. He's definitely good. Like
Hella
he's
good.
he's good.
Yeah, they got weapons. They got good weapons. Cash, you want to hop in?
Man, I ain't got nothing more to say than what y'all said already. Yeah, we all on the same page with that.
All right, shit. Let's talk about before we get into the Giants Eagles. Let's talk about the Giants and Vikings. Like with Jay talking discussing saying that Tampa Bay was the worst team in the playoffs. I beg to differ. I feel that Minnesota was, my personal opinion. Like I understand where you're coming from with far as the division wise and record and everything like that. But if you look at far as the teams and take away Jefferson and leave Jefferson, I mean take away Jefferson and leave everybody else, those teams match up. I mean, look to pretty much the same, and Tampa Bay look better than them with Evans
But what
and
they got, yeah.
yeah, they got a few people. So I feel that that's the only team that I was confident in losing this week. as far as the Chargers for the 4-5, I didn't feel that was an upset because if the Chargers would have won, that's a 4-5. They pretty much have the same record. You know what I mean?
Mhm. But
So
you know what I was gonna say too. To me, the Vikings. You know what I would label them as also to the most fraudulent team because remember the year before that in one score games they had a losing record, and then this year in one score games they had a winning record. Every game with them is close, so they could easily be a losing record team. So to me, I'll put that label on them too as the most fraudulent because it's like they're wearing a mask. You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know if you're gonna get 50 or you're gonna get 14. Like you don't know what you're gonna get.
and they was beat up going into the playoffs also because all their games came to the wire, so their starters had to play all the games. Like you don't even know who the Vikings backup is.
Yeah, but you know another
Kirk
thing
Cousins
too.
had to play all season. Kirk Cousins had to play.
Kirk Cousins, like he is what he is. I mean, you're gonna get what you got, what you see from him is what you're gonna get. You're not gonna get more than that. You're gonna get some good regular season wins. I mean, he is what it is. It is what it is, and he is who he is already at this point. You know, that's why to me they're the most fraudulent team.
So we're gonna let Cash hop in next, and this is the question I'm gonna ask him, and we all can elaborate on it if we want to or whatnot. But what did the Giants show you this week against the Vikings that got you hesitant on? Not saying that we call for sure victories and stuff like that, jinxing our team, but what makes you nervous, especially with it being the third time we playing them? But what did you see far as the Giants as a whole to make this a game?
Man, the only thing, and I
What's
promise you,
up
this
with it,
is
my
the
guy?
only thing that
Dago in
makes
the
me
building.
slightly nervous is the way that Saquon played. That's it. He hungry. You saw that on that what was it, first and goal and less than 5 yards, how he kept pushing for that touchdown against all them linemen. He kept pushing and be like, yo, I'm a beast. Like, I got them legs. So Saquon is the only one. Yeah, the defensive line, they was getting to Kirk Cousins and stuff like that. They had extra oomph in this game, and the defense was playing. They played a decent game. But however, overall we stacked against them, man. If you ask me, I ain't really too nervous about the Giants.
Jay, you want to hop in?
I'm not gonna say that I'm nervous, but I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I'm not gonna talk too much or elaborate too much because for me, the Giants on a little, you know, they're on a little run or whatever. But lately, the last couple of days, their fans. I mean, I see the confidence, I understand, but they've been crickets the whole year, like literally, till about 3 days ago. So I see their confidence and everything, but I just feel like these boys are on a mission. I don't think they want their season to be one and done. Um, there's a lot at stake. I mean, we've had a lot of big pressure games this year. I mean, we was undefeated for half the season. So we've already been under immense pressure. So we've already been a little tested as far as pressure. So I mean, I can see them. It's not gonna be. They're not gonna lay down, bro. It's not gonna be week 14. They're not gonna lay down for us. It's not gonna be like that. But I can see them just coming out. It's gonna be hard. Daniel Jones doesn't play well against Philly. I'm not saying that he can't play well against Philly, but he's just not. He doesn't play well. Dak plays well against Philly. It's proven. He's 8-3. But Jones under pressure is Eli 2.0. I'm sorry to say.
That's the only other thing I want to just interject really quick. I give a little bit of credit where it's due. Daniel Jones did have a good game against Minnesota. So if he played the way he played against Minnesota, that's the only other thing that makes me a little bit nervous is him and the way he plays, making those decisions. And then and his that too, right? You saw him. He was out there. That's the thing. Yup, he was using his legs a lot more in that last game too. So Danny Dimes and Saquon is the only two things that I'm concerned about.
Yeah,
our defense is not the Vikings defense though. Our defense ain't the Vikings defense though. That's one thing.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I'll tell you for sure. So a lot of plays he was getting, he would not get. He's not going to get those in Philly.
Big facts. Warren, you want to hop in?
Yeah, no, I think everything y'all said was right. Daniel Jones did have a good game, bro, but you got to look at it like this. He's not going to run like that on us. You got Hassan Reddick right there ready for him. So like that's the way I see it. Like Hassan Reddick, he wants him to go out. Like I just feel like Daniel Jones he was feeling himself, bro. He was feeling himself a lot like how Dak was. And with with the way our defense is with that rest, like you can't forget we got Davis, we got Hassan Reddick, we got Sue, we got Joseph, we got them boys that's coming for him.
Wetback.
Right.
Yeah, they coming for him, bro. So like Daniel Jones didn't get that, so he felt comfortable running on him. We gonna take all that away, bro. And he playing in Philly, like
Yeah.
that's the way I look at it. I don't think he's gonna run on us like he ran on the Vikings, but at the same time, Saquon Barkley might try it. But I just feel like our run defense just has to be top tier, just to say don't even try it, just throw the ball. Like that's my honest opinion.
Force them into throws, and when you force them
Yeah.
into throws, we have to. I agree with that. We have to force them to throw.
Yeah.
My thing, I'm gonna throw a little 2 cents in. It's a two-part that scares me with this. The way that they played this week, and Jay mentioned it, not even just their fans, them as players, is coming in with a gang of confidence. You know what I mean? And the number one scary thing for me, first off, is they head coach Dabo. He's bringing a totally different attitude to New York and using his weapons. I mean, all his weapons. You know what I mean? So whatever he got, he gonna use it. He ain't leaving no timeouts. He not leaving no bullets in the chamber. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna shoot a gun, I'm gonna shoot them all. You know what I mean? It's gonna be the same amount of time. That's basically what he's saying. So the two-part what I was mentioning is the last game of the season when they had a backup and it was kind of like a nail biter and had us stressing to see if we was gonna win that division, right? Now take into consideration the way that Daniel Jones played this week, and now they're going to add that to the game plan. The only thing that's going to save us if we run a man high, basically man to man up front, and basically run safety help up top, and our linebackers got to really step it up. You know what I mean? Because they're going to have to stick Saquon Barkley. If we do that, we got to come out with a different formation to start the game against them, or they're going to run away with it.
I want to make a quick point, Marcel, real quick. Another thing too, they keep bringing up. I read this even on an article on NewJersey.com. They keep bringing up reasons how the Giants could beat the Eagles. You know, the last game that they played, I mean, that game, the Eagles were playing very vanilla. Like people keep saying we barely beat the backups. They barely beat the backups. They weren't even really as playing 100%. There was no design runs. There was barely no RPO.
No, I was speaking on defense though, Jay.
Oh, you know, but I'm saying in general, that was one point I wanted to add because, like, you know, they're using that game a lot towards that. I just wanted to make that a point too because, you know, they were not running 100% in that game, and Jalen he's not 100 probably right now, but he wasn't what he was at that game either. And as far as defense, I agree with what you're saying also.
And that's the only thing that scares me. Like I said, with going into the last week of the season, they did what they did with the backup, and then coming out with the confidence from what they did this week with Minnesota. Now you're going to take away plays from the Minnesota game that they're going to try to see what Minnesota did against us. Anybody that's successful right now, they're in the lab every single day of the week. So that's why, I mean, every hour of the day and every day of the week right now, after practice, they're going and having coaches meetings and Zooms or in person and everything. And they're dissecting the whole season. Everybody that had success on us, they're going to try to implement those plays with our defense that we run it. So that's why I say it's a scary thing moving forward when they have weapons. They don't have too many weapons to scare us. So that's why it's less confidence. I mean, less stress on me. If it was like, say, Kansas City or something we were playing and they got weapons with a Patrick Mahomes or something. Now we stressed the hell out. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear no talk about us winning this week. No, nothing. We got to get out there and play. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you got to treat the Giants like that too, because this is the division game. That's what I'm saying. It's not going to be a walk in the park. Everybody's like, oh, they're going to lay down. They're not going to lay down.
But the weapons, they can try their hardest. You know, like
they could win the game, and if they win the game, it would be under a low scoring game. That's why we got to start blowing. You know, right off the barrel, we got to try to go off 14 zip.
And
we got to
no
start
turnovers.
forcing them into things.
and make them play from behind where we can
Yeah.
have our D line pin they ears back and just go ahead and go sack his ass. You know what I
All the
mean?
Giants fans are always saying that,
Bam,
oh,
bam.
we play different in the playoffs. This we
ATL
going
in the building.
they feel like they going
So
all
do
the
we.
way for the Super Bowl. So these Giants fans, I get it. The fans and the team gonna definitely come with a different level of confidence, especially because this is our third time playing them, and like I said in the past, they're usually our biggest competitors in our division with one win, one loss every season. And I'm pretty sure that they don't feel like we could do it 3 in a row because they're going to, like y'all said, look at a lot of tape and see what mistakes they feel like what they could capitalize on early in the season and everybody who we lost to as well. So it's going to be a dogfight, but I still got way more confidence in us taking the W.
All right,
Yeah, it's
before
hard,
we
it's
move
hard.
on, we got the homie Wolf right here. He a Dallas Cowboy fan, so we get talk a little shit, you know what I mean, after his team then broke a hiatus in like 25 years in a playoff road game. You know what I
30,
mean?
30, 30, 29
Yes.
of you.
30.
Yeah, so I can see why he got his chest out, thinking that they ready to go. You know what I mean? And as a Cowboy fan, I'll be excited too right now. My team then finally won a playoff game in so many years. But once again, this is my big homie out of San Diego right here, Wolf, and he Cowboys fan. What's up with you, Wolf? Can you
Sorry,
hear
my
us?
phone's kind of low.
Oh, there you go.
Let me see
Yeah,
if
we
I can
just
push. Can you
we
hear me?
just wanted to, yeah, we hear you. Can you hear us?
It's kind of low, but I can hear. I put my phone up to the ear. I just got off work.
So what you thinking about? Of course, you know what I mean. You're gonna say good things, but what you thinking about your team last week, and what you thinking about the 49ers? What's the thing that makes you the most nervous going into this week after you discussed the win from last week?
The the most thing that make me nervous about playing San Francisco is they run defense. We have to establish a run quick against them. We have to be successful with the run, and that defense is really mean. I'm
Big
not
fan.
really too worried about the passing offense. They passing defense. I think we have an advantage over that. But the run defense, we gotta be more balanced.
Big facts. And
I
what do
want
you
to
take
I want to
away?
ask you a question. I want
Go
to
ahead.
ask a cow. Who you think as a Cowboys fan, who do you like better, Zeke or Pollard?
Um, See that's a good question. Zeke and Pollard is two different type of backs. I like Zeke because he'll wear your defense down if he gets enough touches. But Pollard is a elusive back. He's not going to take on them hard hits like that, but he will get around it. So I think they balance each other out.
Okay.
I got a question too. Who you like better, Dak or Cooper Rush?
But you know I'm going with Dak. Hey,
Oh,
it's
man.
it's
I'm
good to have a quarterback like Cooper Rush in the back, though. But yeah, you got to go with Dak. I think Dak has proven himself. Now, I don't know. It's something about December with Cowboys quarterbacks that we always be having a bad December. It goes back from Romo and Dak. So I would still have to roll with Dak over Cooper.
Oh yeah, that was just a joke. I'm going with Dak too over that too. And then before we move on, I got one more question for you. Far as with the San Francisco 49ers, if you do see them beating y'all, what is one way that you see y'all losing against the
But I can't hear you.
49ers? I said if y'all do lose against the 49ers, what is the thing that you think it would be that they beat y'all with, that they explode and take advantage of? Exploit, should I say, and take advantage of?
The things that they could beat us with, they got good receivers. And I think the Achilles, I mean, no, not our Achilles heel probably would be our run defense. And Christian McCaffrey, oh man, that was a good pickup. That was a great pickup for them. And I kind of favor them to match up better with Philadelphia. But the thing about Philadelphia, they have a running quarterback. Now, I haven't seen Purdy really play that good. I mean, play that much. He played good. But I don't know if he's a good running quarterback. So that might help us compared to playing against the Eagles.
And just with this to note, before you get up out of here, and I appreciate your time. If any other homies got any more questions, I would say this though: if the Cowboys was to go all the way, this would be the best scenario for them, with beating Tom
Yes.
Brady first round, then going through San Francisco, and then having to go through the Eagles or the Giants or whatever. As that would be a hard road. That wouldn't just be like they got lucky and made it to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So this year,
Yeah.
if they did make it, they're going through a roadblock, so to say. And this, if they did, you know what I mean, I wish them the best, which I ain't gonna never. I'm not gonna even watch the Super Bowl if they make it, but you know what I mean.
Hey,
But this
I
is-
want to
this-
keep it real to you. I want to keep it real with y'all. I hate to admit this, but Philadelphia and Frisco is probably the best two teams coming out the NFC.
and that's why I
But-
just mentioned that.
Yeah, but I would, if the Cowboys could play consistently like they did last week against Tampa Bay, even though Tampa Bay was what, a 7-9 team, 8-9 team, but if they could play consistently like that, they have a
I think you're going out, big homie. We didn't hear nothing you said.
Okay.
There you go. You back in. We didn't hear nothing you said after be playing
Oh,
consistent.
I said if the Cowboys can play consistently like they did against Tampa Bay, then we do have a chance to go to the Super Bowl. But we can't let off the gas. We got to play the whole game.
Big facts.
You get that?
Yep.
Yeah, we heard you.
Yeah.
Anybody else before the big homie? Like he said, he was on his way to the crib, so from work. So if anybody else got any more questions or you want to talk some little shit talk, I wish the relative was still on here. He just got off. He was 49ers fan. Click that link right there, Jay. Click that link I just put in the comment section, and I'll get you on. But do anybody got anything else they want to mention to the homie or any shit talk they want to say right now to him before we get up out of here?
Yeah. Let me just ask him real quick. What's his score prediction in this game?
28-17 Cowboys.
28-17 Cowboys.
28-17.
Against their defense, you think he's gonna put up 28 in Frisco, and they
I
ain't gonna
feel I feel like I said before, the only thing we gotta do is establish the run. I don't think they can mess with us on the pass. They done whine us. They're gonna start whining in about the third quarter anyway.
real shit.
Help of the refs.
And then at the same time, though, you gotta take in consideration. What's up with it, my brother? You gotta take into consideration too that the Cowboys defense really ain't that good once you can stop the rush. I feel that you can eat them up because Diggs he bites for interceptions. He got recovery speed. That's why he's able to look good out there. If he wasn't as fast, he'll be getting toasted, bro. So I feel if the Niners can bring McCaffrey and Kittles out of the backfield, short little screens, get them open and stuff like that, and get away from Parsons and the pass rush, I feel it'll be an all day because Vander Esch or whatever his name is, I don't see him matching up with Christian McCaffrey at all, bro.
Not at all. I don't see that either.
And
And
then let me say this, and then if you do that, now you having to drop Michael Parsons back at the middle and not him having him pass rush, and now you're giving Purdy more time to eat y'all up.
Right.
I think this game would be a little bit too much for Purdy. And the reason why I'm saying this, because this is more of a bigger magnitude in the rivalry of the 49ers and the Cowboys. I think they played, 11 times in the playoffs?
They played, 3 straight years back to back with Dion and Haley and them when they was winning.
Yes. So I think this is going to be a little bit different than playing all them other teams that he played before. I think that this is going to be a little bit too much for him. And I think we'll have success against them. I'm predicting like 2 interceptions and a couple of fumbles.
Ooh, I don't see that.
For who, Dak or Purdy?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you, I predict. Hey, I'm predicting 2 interceptions from Purdy and a couple of fumbles
from.
from.
There for Dak too.
Hey, how Dak played last week? If he come out there and play the same way that he played last week, oh, we're gonna beat Frisco.
That's the thing. I don't know what y'all getting. We know what we getting.
You're right.
But just at the same time, Tampa Bay didn't have great
Well,
pass rush. They had great pass rush, but they didn't have backups to the good players. You know what I mean? So when
Yeah.
they brought in another player, it was like having a practice squad player on there.
Second
You know what I mean?
unit.
Yeah, that second unit wasn't up to par.
well, in my opinion, and I'm not trying to be, I feel like the Cowboys receivers is better than they DBs. Period.
Well, no,
Yeah,
they
that's
are.
their
They are.
weakness. That's their
They
weakness
they
is their
are.
DBs. And that's what I
Big
say.
time.
If their pass rush and their linebackers can get to Dak, it's gonna make it frustrating because Dak gonna have to start throwing quick balls and then and not be able to go through. Because Dak, one thing I've been seeing with Dak since he's came back, he's been going through his progressions. He'll hit his third or fourth receiver. You know what I mean? Being comfortable in the pocket because he don't want to run. So he's going
Well,
to go through all his progressions, and that's one thing that I've been noticing that he's doing. And that's one thing, if the 49ers don't put rush on him, that's going to be their Achilles heel right there.
I feel like for us to beat Frisco too, he's going to have to run. He's going to have to become a runner.
And that's what I said. I said that, and he ain't going to want to do that. And
So
once
yeah,
Make
again,
him uncomfortable. Yeah.
I
Make him
do
uncomfortable.
agree with you about Purdy having a game that's going to be too much for him at some point. At some point, it's going to be a game that's too much. But I don't know when is it going to be.
Against
I
the
think it's
Eagles.
I think it's the Cowboy game because the Cowboys have a lot of followers. So it's the I'm pretty sure Frisco is going to be half and half. So yeah, I think this is a bigger magnitude than just playing the Cowboys. Even though I know y'all Eagle fans don't like to admit it, or the other teams, but the Cowboys is the #1 team in the world. So everybody want to see them, you know.
He said it.
Listen,
Yeah, they
Everybody
still got
wants
the
to see
greatest fans.
He
But at the
said
same
y'all
time, I
number
feel
one. Y'all number one. That's for sure. By default, that
big
90
fact.
success is going to dry out pretty soon. Give it another 20 years.
You got a lot of kids that got dads that's Cowboys fans, and they've been on this earth for, like, just say us. If we were, Cowboys fans, we 40 something years old, y'all going 40, and our team ain't won in 30 plus years. So you got kids gaining Cowboys as their
See,
team to help
you
their
see,
dads out.
hey,
You know what I
I'll
mean?
be
Like, we're
50.
gonna get a
I'll
Super
be
Bowl
50
with one
cents
of
in
us.
2 weeks. I'll be 50 cents in 2 weeks, and I done seen all the Super Bowls.
No, I'm talking about the kids though.
You talking about the kids?
Your kids will be Cowboy fans just so that they can hold it down and be fans. Be like, my dad didn't get
Carry
one,
the torch.
so yeah, we gonna be fans so we can get one and hold it down for pops. You know what
Well,
I
my,
mean? And that's why you guys got a big following, because it's a lot of heartbroken dads around here. So their kids is picking up the slack for them.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Oh man.
I be want to drop my kids off because they Ram fans and Arizona Cardinals fans. I don't really talk to them too much when it comes to football.
Hey, but you got to look at it too. A lot of this younger generation is going to be Chiefs fans too because of
Right.
Patrick Mahomes. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
A lot
that's
of
true.
Chiefs fans, a lot of Bills now. All of us feel a lot of Bills fans popping up.
Right.
And
Yeah.
this younger generation, they got players. They're fans of players, not teams.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because my kids love OBJ, so wherever he go, that's where they probably gonna follow.
Big facts. Big facts.
Yep.
Hey, anybody else got any thing for the homie Wolf that's a Cowboy fan before we get up out of here? And if they don't, like I say, well, I greatly appreciate your time, big homie. That's greatly appreciated.
Hey, what's up, though?
What's up with it?
What's up? It's Bird Gang all day, nigga. What's up?
And we got the set tripper.
What's up,
We got the
nigga?
set tripper in the building.
Hey,
What's up?
Hey,
nigga?
I can't
We
I
missed
can't
y'all
wait
in
till we.
PA. We missed
I
y'all
can't
in
wait till
PA.
next week when we play the Eagles, so we can eat some Philly chicken steaks.
I'm in
He
Georgia.
didn't already dismiss the 49ers, bro.
You're right.
He
You
said
overlooking.
we can't-
You doing
Yeah. See, that's the problem. That's why y'all lost to the Jaguars and the Commanders. Y'all
That was some.
overlooking. Y'all was scared. Y'all was gonna have to play the Eagles.
Hey, I would love to play the Eagles, and I really
I'm
do
hoping
believe
y'all
we're gonna
make
beat
it.
them.
I'm
Look,
hoping y'all make it.
Frisco done won what 11 games in a row.
In
Purdy done
Philly?
won 6 games. This is the game where he's gonna fall off.
You hoping, you praying.
I'm
No,
hoping-
Hey, like, hey,
the
like your
playoffs is
Facebook.
about
Hey,
mentality as well.
Look, like your Facebook post. You had a dream.
That's
But
what
listen,
Biggie said. It was all.
real
Hey,
talk. Real talk.
28 to
Is Purdy
17. That's my
mentally ready?
prediction.
is
28,
Purdy
7.
mentally ready for this? Because y'all all know the playoffs as a whole. It's not just about
Click that link, Dougie
athleticism.
Fresh.
I got to get up out of here. I got to pick up the kids. But
Hey, appreciate you again, big homie. Greatly
I
appreciate it. Much love.
next time you on it, let me know. I'll be back in here.
We'll
I'll
see.
see y'all next week.
We're gonna be back on next week for playoff edition.
I'll be here next week to brag about my Cowboys.
Hey, even if y'all lose, I want to see you know leaking something.
I hope to see you because if
Hey,
y'all lose, I want to know how then.
Hey, even if we lose, I'm really gonna be up in here with a Cowboy paraphernalia on and everything.
Say less. That's real fast.
Casper.
Appreciate you.
Casper the friendly ghost.
All right, y'all.
All right, my brother. Yeah, man. So we gonna hey, this the homie Jay right here. He out of
What up,
ATL.
Mark? What up, bro?
Hey, he out of Delaware, born and raised, but he out in ATL. You know what I mean? And I met the fam through a Facebook group. And when I moved to ATL, my nigga was one of the first ones to pull up on your boy. And weekly, he hit me like, "Hey, we on this week." He was in the Met. Cash know about the man cave. He met the homie in the man cave. So you know what I mean? This one of the homies, diehard Eagle fan. One of the, like I say, he wouldn't be on here if he wasn't a diehard Eagle fan like
you
us.
number
you know
one though.
Real shit. No, hell no. We number one. You know what I mean?
But I'm never seen
stop this
no
sharing.
Eagle den like that.
And that's what we clicked it on, my nigga. Just the fan shit. You know what I mean? Like Jay, you know what I mean? And Cash, bro. Like we got a little Facebook Messenger for the show. I dropped the links for them and stuff like that. My guys got so much knowledge of the game, you know what I mean? Dropping things and the shit y'all can hear I'm talking about on the show week in and week out. You know what I mean? They got a lot of information and in this hour time slot that we try to do because it's late on the East Coast. I don't allow them to express a lot of their input because we got a stricter schedule. You get what I'm saying? And try to move on. So whatever, you know what I mean? The time frame that we do have, they give us the game that they do, you know what I mean, that they have. And I appreciate them every week, bro. You know what I mean? With helping with this podcast, you know what I mean? And dropping jewels each and every week. And like I said, man, with Warren, in Met Warren, you know what I mean, and in the inbox, you know what I mean, and all that good shit, same way, bro. So I appreciate all y'all being on here and let's talk some Eagle football. And we're gonna jump into the quarterback breakdown though of the NFC. Like far as Brock Purdy, Daniel Jones, Jalen Hurts, and Dak Prescott, non-biased, what's y'all top quarterback and the reason why? And we'll let Jay start it off.
Let me start it off.
You just mentioned all the NFC quarterbacks or all the quarterbacks?
The NFC first, and then we're going to get into the AFC.
I mean, to be honest with you, if we're going on a
hey, excuse me. We got two J's in here. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let Jameer start it off. That's my boy right here from ATL. I'm gonna let him start it off. My bad, Jay.
Let him start it off. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm okay. And he took the words out of my mouth. Well, I don't know if he's gonna say what I'm gonna say, but I'm not gonna be biased. I'm gonna go with Jalen because of the fact that you can't count on 2 games. Like I said, Jalen 14-1, I think. 14-1 or what I think. Yeah. Oh, but besides the 2 games he didn't play.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then the Giants game, he coming off rust and everything, and then he was injured. But for me, Jalen, you could say he's number 2 MVP at Patrick Mahomes. But to me, this nigga just came up. Am I allowed to say that? Nobody expect the Eagles to be like that besides me. I believe it. And then when they got Brown, you know what I mean, that took it to the next level. You know what I mean? So for me, he's still my MVP, and I still think he's the top candidate of the whole NFL. That's my personal opinion.
And not to cut you off, my nigga, we used to be in the man cave. I
was just about to say that shit.
Hey, Jalen Hurts is not it, bro. I used to be like, Jalen Hurts is not it, bro.
I remember you said that.
I was pissed when they got rid of Carson Wentz.
Hell yeah, he was winning.
What did I do?
Carson Wentz.
What did I do?
Right.
What did I do to both of y'all?
Watching the Indianapolis games. We couldn't even watch the Eagles game.
Man, hey, keep it real, bro. Keep it real though, Cash and Jameer. Did I give credit where credit was due at? And say I was wrong?
You have mentioned that a lot of times.
He proved me wrong, bro. Because it wasn't I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nothing against Jalen. I liked the Carson Wentz, bro.
Yeah.
You know
And I
what
did
mean?
too.
And it wasn't that I liked the Carson Wentz because he was a good football player. I wanted Carson Wentz to get us another ring because he got done dirty on that ring that he had. You know what I mean? That got us. So that I was rooting for Carson Wentz as a fan to try to get him a ring. When they did that, I felt that they killed all his chances of winning the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why. I didn't have nothing against Jalen saying he's sorry or anything like that. You know, I never said he was sorry, bro.
No, you didn't.
To be honest with you, I was upset at how the organization handled letting him go. Like, that to me pissed me off a little bit more. It made me even question them, like, why did they do this? Even though it all worked out, we got Jalen now. Jalen got to benefit it. He got to sit back and see the drama, believe it or not. That helped him benefit. Becoming the player he is today, just sitting that big whole basically that whole first year. So, it all worked out. But I was pissed too when they let go of Carson. I was pissed. And then, I saw flashes with Jalen, but I was like, yo, if this guy can't throw, this is never going to work. This is never going to work. So I'm glad he improved because if he couldn't throw it was never going to work.
Yeah.
And Warren, we're gonna let you hop in with that question with the quarterbacks. And before we do that, that's the Fan Bam 93 Thunder Fresh. You know what I mean? That's one of my partners. He out in Erie, Pennsylvania, another diehard Eagles fan. You know what I mean? And he all everything Philly. He 76ers, Phillies, Flyers. He everything Philly. You know what I mean? That's my people right there. And if Jameer, Thunder Fresh, and Warren, if y'all could turn y'all devices sideways so we can get the landscape, if y'all can do that, and then that'll be better and we can see y'all better. Yeah, there y'all go. And we'll let Warren jump into the
hey, bro,
quarterback.
It's Jamar, remember?
Jamar, yeah, my bad.
But a lot of people keep calling me that. That's crazy.
I've been calling you that forever, my nigga. That's the first time he ever corrected me. But now I know. You don't say nothing. I'd have been calling my nigga that forever. He'd have been looking like, who the hell is this nigga talking to, bro? But go ahead, Warren.
Yeah. So I think number one, I'm gonna make just Jalen Hurts off rip, bro, just because in the NFC he poses the biggest threat. Just out of all the quarterbacks, he poses the biggest threat. Second, I will put Daniel Jones, and I only say Daniel Jones just because Daniel Jones is going to make that. He has a threat with his legs too. Dak would be my number three just because at the end of the day, Dak is Dak. How many interceptions this season? And all they got to do is just tap into that and it's over. He exposed too many weaknesses over the season for other teams to study and try to hit. And I think Brock Purdy, just because he's a rookie, bro, and I don't think he's really got any pressure like what he might get against the Dallas Cowboys and what he could get against the Eagles. So that's where I'm at with my lineup.
Thunder Fresh, hop in.
Shit, like our defense been played the whole.
Hey, give me 1 second.
season
Go
a little
ahead,
bit.
continue.
You know what I mean? Like they downplayed our defense. Even when they couldn't downplay our defense, they downplayed our defense. When they found something to talk about, they talked about something else. I'm like, yo, like we've been disrespected all season. How I feel, man, like
that's true
through and through, like I'm like we ain't been talked about like the number one seed all season. They talked about how we only way they talked about us being about us being the best was about who can beat the Eagles, who compared to them or whatever. But then only reason why everybody hype about that, we didn't play. Everybody going off everybody playing last week. They hype because everybody played last week. We earned the right not to play last week. You know what I mean? They ain't see us. And we earned the right not to be seen yet. Right. So everybody hype off there that game they did Tom Brady and them, they did that all season. They was 8-9. You know what I'm saying? That was inevitable. That would have probably been any other team. It'd have probably been half bad or just that bad. Right. You know what I'm saying? I've been an Eagles fan all my life, man. I've been to the vet, I've been to the link, you know what I mean? I'm just tired, we've been banging ever since I've been born, man.
So who are your top 5 quarterbacks out of the NFC?
in the NFC right now.
Yep.
In the NFC.
In the NFC, yes, sir.
I got us number one. I got Jalen number one off rip, and then a couple other guys did pretty good, but they didn't have pretty good teams. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of teams needed work. You know what I mean? Like people, hey, it was kind of weak though. Like, but I probably would still say Daniel Jones came through late. You know, turned it on late. I would like my top 5, like 3 of them wouldn't even be in the NFC. You know what I mean? Like for real. Like
No,
we gonna talk about the AFC
yeah,
too, but we gotta stick to the NFC right now.
I know we do.
Because to be honest,
like,
I ain't gonna shit on Mahomes or Trevor Lawrence or any other dudes in the AFC. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. Like after Jalen, that's exactly who coming. You know what I mean? Like probably the next 3.
You already answered the quarterback.
Nah, not yet.
order?
But
Okay.
my answer is exactly like Warren. To be honest, is what we could show and prove, and our quarterback has shown and prove. And you know, I've been sold on Jalen Hurts since he was subbed in for those few games at the end of the season. I just know that he ain't have the arm, he ain't have the rocket arm that you know I was used to. Because I've been an Eagles fan since Donovan McNabb and then Michael Vick after that. I'm used to rocket arms. You know what I mean? So Jalen didn't really have that. Carson Wentz had an arm somewhat. But you know, I appreciated the hustle. I knew he was a dog. I was like, all right, if we can mold him, he'll be a good replacement over Carson. Even though Carson was the golden boy. So anyway, Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones. Since the beginning of the season, he's earned some of my respect. Dak is continuously losing respect, but he's still gonna come into third.
Yes.
Purdy he's too baby. He's still wet behind the ears. You know what I mean? And then Kirk Cousins. Who the hell gonna pick Kirk?
I know, but I'm about to say, if you think about it, man, Dak on the way to being him for real.
Kirk.
That's him. That's what I said. That's him. That's the most.
Matt Ryan. They'll light it up, but then when it counts, it's just not.
Yeah, I'm telling you that's who he is. You see, he knows. You know, that's just he ain't. That's who he is. He's Matt Ryan.
You know, Matt Ryan to get you around every year, but when he was with Atlanta, he got him around every year. It was their position every year, but then he just did the goofy.
Matt Ryan's wife kept him as the quarterback. He tied in. He got family ties. That's the only way he stayed in Atlanta, if you ask me.
I know, but at the same time, he put the numbers up for Atlanta. Well, all I'm saying is for Atlanta.
He did. He put him on the map. He was their franchise player, 100%.
Yeah,
hey Jay, you answered the quarterback order already?
I didn't answer. I'll give you real quick. I was gonna say before I put Jalen first. Obviously, he's number 2 in MVP, so he's got to be number 1 in this category. And you know, so I would say Jalen. I would put Daniel Jones second just because of how he's playing right now. He's playing better than Dak, and Purdy's playing well too. I would put Dak third over experience because Dak is up and down. He's hot and cold. He does have good games. He does have terrible games or good games with like bad moments. And then I would put Purdy number 4. Just you know, just because overall we don't have a big body sample of Purdy yet. You know, we might be just getting magic. We don't know yet. And he's on a really good team too. Remember, his team is stacked, bro. He got the best defense going down the drain. He got McCaffrey's what put them over the top. Before McCaffrey, their offense was sputtering. They got McCaffrey, everything opened up for them. So that's the biggest piece of their offense right there, Christian McCaffrey.
That question get weird for real too, because after you start naming those guys, them basically the guys that's all in the playoffs. And
that's what we talking about.
I know.
We talking about the remaining. We were talking about the remaining four quarterbacks that's in the playoffs. That was the question that I think you added on. After
I thought you were talking about the NFC in general.
No, we talking about the playoff quarterbacks that are remaining.
Because I was about to say, you probably can't even name the team that other quarterbacks play for after them 3 for real for the NFC. Nothing come to mind. I forget all you play. All right, you start thinking about the Rams, and you be like, well, their quarterback was garbage this year. Like,
Atlanta
but
Falcons, the Panthers. We can go on and on and on.
Yeah, there was a lot of bad
We
yeah,
quarterbacks.
but you literally, their names don't pop up in your brain. Like, you probably can't even name the
Well, yeah,
quarterback.
you gotta think. You gotta really think.
it was a fully dominated 4 teams in the NFC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From the Cowgirls, 49ers, Vikings, and us. It wasn't no other team in the NFC that you thought was going to win. You know what I mean?
Well, ain't nobody believe in nobody.
AFC is stacked. You know, they
Yeah, they got multiple teams. They got a good 4 nucleus, but there was multiple teams, that could have won. Like the Chargers, for instance, you could have added the Dolphins in there if they was healthy. You know what I mean? It was a lot of ifs. But I'm gonna get into
Baltimore.
Baltimore if
He
they
didn't even
had
get to finish.
big facts, and
Yeah,
don't count out Cleveland next year too with Deshaun Watson and them adding some pieces around him. But I'm gonna get into my quarterbacks right here. That's the 4 that's left in the NFC and the remaining of the playoffs. Of course, I'm gonna take Hurts as my number 1, but I'm gonna go with Brock Purdy at number 2 because he's in the best position besides Hurts with his team, and he's being put in the best scenario.
Yeah.
He's not being thrown to the wolves. Like, go out there and you make us win. All he got to do is dump down, make 15-yard pass, 20-yard pass, and keep drive moving and getting scoring. And I feel he's in the best predicament besides Jalen Hurts because he's not there to have to win the game for his team. Dak Prescott got to win the game for his team. You know what I mean? Like, he got to, like, you know what I mean, for them to win. So I'm going to go Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, because regardless if we like it or not, Prescott balling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Daniel Jones, he's okay, but once again, he's kind of like in a situation where the head coach don't want him to fail. He's not taking real deep shots and shit like that. You know what I mean?
And they played the Vikings.
But not just the Vikings all season. Daniel Jones been doing okay. He made a claim for himself this year where he should be able to get re-signed by the Giants.
He should be. Yeah, he definitely should get paid. He definitely earned.
Definitely
around him.
Right. Yeah, like.
And I'm gonna put him last in this category with the remaining 4, just because of Brock Purdy. See, Brock Purdy could have easily been instead of 2, could have been 4. But I feel as a coach, all of us, as we was a coach, and in that situation, you're not going to open the playbook for Brock Purdy. You're going to run plays that are suitable for him and keep his confidence going. He throw an interception right now against Dallas, bro. He'll fucking around be walking off the field with his head down. You see what I'm saying? So coach can't put. He's young. He's young. He's a rookie. He don't need to have that exposure and that element. You know what I mean? Of failure, should I say. So that's why I put him second, because as a coach and as a parent, you ain't going to put that kid in that situation. You're going to put him in the best situation to succeed. So that's my breakdown with that. And all of us, that's why we have 6 of us on here. And within that, we all 6 had different opinions within that top 4. You know what I mean? So I just feel like that's why I like having multiple people on here to give multiple different opinions, because that's what we on earth for, is put us here as individuals. If that's the case, we will be born like animals and having 20 and 30 brothers and sisters when we born. You know what I'm saying? But we born individually, sometimes twins, triplets. That's why they're so, you know what I mean? Like, wow, you are a twin. You know what I mean? It's like mind-boggling because we brought into this world by ourselves. And once again, that's why I'm glad I got my brothers on here with us. You know what I mean? So we can get that different. We got 6 different opinions from 6 different Eagle fans.
Right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Real talk.
Real talk.
I feel about Purdy, man. Like, somebody, they need to put a hat on him. Somebody lay a hat on him. That's different. You lay a hat on him early, get him down on the ground. You know what I mean? Start making him feel uncomfortable with things, like, you know. You got to put the hat on him, man. You got to lay that wood on him, man.
What's crazy about Brock too? He really ain't even tapped into his full potential yet.
Big facts.
Just because he's a rookie, so we really don't even know what he's capable of doing.
I know you are my guy. I got my dude. You my guy, folks. You my guy. I know who you are. You know what I mean? My homie. You've been to the gates too in San Diego in the outdoor man cave. You know what I mean? I appreciate you tuning in, my brother.
Yeah, man. That
we gonna hop into these AFC quarterbacks remaining 4 that's left. Mahomes, Allen, Lawrence, and Burrow. What are y'all rankings? I'm gonna let my boy Warren jump us off, and then we'll go into my boy Jamar.
Okay, that's a tough one, bro. I would put Patrick Mahomes number 1, just because Patrick Mahomes can always do the unknown, bro. And he's Patrick Mahomes. He set the standard, low key. After that, I put Joe Burrow, just because Joe Burrow is. I feel like he has the most confidence out of all those quarterbacks.
He's the new Brady. You can't bet against
exactly.
him.
Yeah. And I put Josh Allen after that, just because Josh Allen's made a few mistakes, and it's almost like you don't want to, like, okay, if Diggs wasn't there, would he be able to do what he's doing right now? Like that's what I'm looking at with Josh Allen.
But you can take into consideration that for every
Davis been having
quarterback.
a game.
You can.
What would Hurts do without AJ Brown?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel
Devontae.
like with Hurts is going to be more. Hurts is self-motivated, bro. I can't say Josh Allen isn't, but I think Hurts is a little bit more self-motivated than Josh Allen. But I think Josh Allen, he's dropped the ball a few times. And when I mean dropped the ball, he's made a few mistakes that we didn't expect him to make. And I think that's why I put him at number 3. And I think Trevor Lawrence, just because Trevor Lawrence is still surprising us. We thought he wasn't going to win against the Chargers. So he's still surprising us. He's still doing the unknown as well. So I think Trevor Lawrence is kind of at the same par as Brock Purdy, just because I don't even think Trevor Lawrence has tapped into his full potential yet either.
At all. And now you got Dougie P. It's a whole new
ball. So that would be my rankings for the AFC quarterbacks.
More.
Of course, I'm gonna put.
We got Patrick Mahomes.
No.
Allen,
I'm gonna pick
Lawrence
him,
and Burrow.
but I'm still mad that Jalen gonna get cheated out of this a little bit.
Oh, the MVP.
Patrick. I'm gonna pick him. Then I'm gonna pick Joe. Then I'm gonna pick.
Let me say this though, Mar, before you finish. Look at Patrick Mahomes' numbers.
Okay.
No. I'm speaking as an Eagle fan too, but I'm speaking as an NFL fan. Look at Patrick Mahomes' numbers, and every single one of us would have bet the house that his numbers wouldn't have been like that without Tyreek Hill.
I know. I watched all the commentators. I watched all Shannon Sharpe. I watched First Take. I watched all that shit. So I know a lot of people saying the same thing. I get that. But again, I forget who said that. Look what Jalen did though. Like, you know what I mean? Like the upbringing, like nobody expect the Eagles. I said from the gate, and I think you might have disagreed with that, but I knew from the heart, I knew that nigga was gonna ball. And I was like, we're gonna be number 1. I swear I said this until like a lot of my people, and it came true, which non-believers didn't believe. And then AJ Brown was not even thought about. You know what I mean? And everything I said happened. And
don't take nothing away from Smitty. If we don't get AJ, bro, we not having the season that we having right now. No disrespect to Smitty, but if we don't get AJ, we not winning the division.
That's facts.
I disagree. I mean, I know you're a coach, but at the same time, I still disagree on that one because you still First of all, come on now, really. AJ is beasting. He's number 1 in the Eagles on the receiving, but at the same time, you got Goddard. I mean, you got all them. Like
Smitty led the team in receptions this year, so I'm not disrespecting him. You know what I mean? For anybody to think I am, I'm just saying.
I still believe we could win.
He's a number 1, but he's not a number 1 with AJ Brown on the team.
Yeah, but we talk about my opinion. It don't mean that it's 100% facts. But my opinion, I still believe that we would have won it. That's just my personal opinion. You know what I mean? Without no injuries and stuff, I still believe with the line and Lane, John, all that and everything, I still believe we'd have won it without AJ Brown. That's my personal opinion. To win the Super Bowl, I don't know. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we would have won the division. That's just my personal opinion. That's all. AJ's my dude, but I still believe we'd have won. Super Bowl is debatable. You know what I mean? But but AJ Beaston though.
Yeah, because you
That's
can't
just
take
my
off.
opinion, dog.
AJ Beeson and they best friends too, bro. So
Yeah, he's
they
a godfather,
so
I think.
yeah, so he gonna look out for him. So yeah,
They dynamic duo though, and they best friends. So that's the total package right there. But Devontae Smith is beasting too. But Lane Johnson, if hopefully he proved the naysayers wrong, because without him, like y'all know, what I mean, without him, the line protection is a little suspect a little bit. But he was beasting because what's Cowboys dude name? Because I had a couple.
CeeDee Lamb.
No.
talking about Parsley.
Michael Pollard. They're talking that crap.
Michael
running
Parsons.
back.
Talking that crap. And then he ate his
Michael
words
Parsons.
up.
Michael Parsons.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pollard. Yeah, Michael Parsons.
When he ate his words up saying it's a system, but oh no. When Jalen was out in 2 games, what happened?
But even
I
then,
actually felt
the whole game.
I felt a certain type of way when he made that comment, but once I watched the podcast, I felt a different type of way. You know what I mean? Because
the podcast was legit.
The media put words up on there to add fuel to the
But
fire.
I think he backpedaled too.
They wanted. He backpedaled. He backpedaled 100%.
Let's keep it 100, bro.
Because he heard what he said. And he like, hold on. I ain't trying to make no enemies, because at the end of the day, if you guys see after all them games, Michael Parsons is one of the first in the middle of the field shaking every Eagle hand, especially our offensive linemen, giving them props. So I didn't take that comment in especially why would you give them bulletin board material and all that? That's what the media was taking it from. You know what I mean?
And then on top of that, it's like, man,
appreciate it, OG.
Don't even be speaking on our team, B.
Right.
Straight up.
Right.
That's how I feel. That's why I'm like, and man, on top of that, they wasn't even playing us when he said it. They was playing the Jaguars the day.
That's why they lost those games.
Right, you know what I mean?
They was living rent free in a sky-rise condo. Hey, but Cash, before we move on, we're gonna come back to you, Jamar, because I know we can talk what you talking all day long, and I don't know if Cash got to get off. No, I'm saying what you talking about, Mar. We can stay on, and I got you. You know what I mean? Right. So I know Cash.
I gotta get off in a few minutes too.
So Cash, go ahead and run them top 4 quarterbacks. I mean, in your order.
All right, so top 4 quarterbacks in my order on the AFC. I'm a rock with Josh Allen. I like Josh Allen. And I ain't even gonna lie, this is a little bit New York bias, because that's, like I said, Buffalo the only team I can rock with on the New York side. Still living here. Right underneath that, I'm gonna take Patrick Mahomes, because he is Patrick Mahomes, and the numbers can't lie at the end of the day. Right after that, I got Joe Burrows.
Look at this prediction coming from a Cowgirl fan. I ain't gonna disrespect him. He giving us props from a Cowboy fan. That's dope. Appreciate it.
So then, I got Joe Burrows as number 3, and then I got Trevor Lawrence as number 4.
Thunder
Fresh. What was Jalen?
No, we AFC.
Oh, AFC, yeah. So my bad.
Oh, you got right. Mine.
So you said Cowboy fan. So my bad.
No, about the comment right here that you see on the screen.
Mahomes. I'm about to say I go Patrick Mahomes. I go Patrick Mahomes. I'll go Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and then Trevor Lawrence.
All right, I'm gonna run the same order as Warren. I'm gonna do Mahomes, Allen. Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, and Lawrence in that order right there. I just feel Burrow is a new Brady to me, bro. That kid he got dog in him, bro.
It's solid,
and you can't count. Solid. I wouldn't be surprised if Cincinnati end up in the Super Bowl again this year, bro.
I wouldn't either.
Like my personal opinion, Burrow, he's a dog, bro. A dog. But Mark, go ahead and give us your 4. Mahomes, Allen, Lawrence, and Burrow.
Somebody laughed at me at the job. I said Cincinnati going, like, don't sleep. Like, Cincinnati gonna be in it. And they're like, no, fuck, they ain't. I'm like, okay, but all right. I believe with Joe. I believe Pat, Joe.
Yeah, they ain't got the Browns curse.
Like them too. Like that's just my belief. I'm just gonna.
And you gotta have Allen in front of Lawrence. That's a gimme. You got to have Allen in front of Lawrence because Lawrence ain't done nothing, proved
To
nothing.
be honest, bro, on the real, I guess because I don't care. I don't care about nothing but the Eagles. That's all.
And that's why I said,
Like I swear, I swear I don't. So that's why I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm different. And
Yeah, I'm
they
generally
all
like that.
everybody talented.
hey,
but
that's why I went to Cash because I know you was gonna be on here. Like, hold on, we ain't talking about Eagles, homie.
I don't. Yeah, that's why I'm sorry. I changed the conversation. I was like, hold up. You said Cowboy fans, so I started thinking about Eagles. I don't know. I just be.
Yeah, I'm
All
So
right,
I'm gonna just listen to y'all. Let's go.
So, hey, can you hit Jay up real quick, Cash, before we
Yeah,
get up out of
that's
here and
what
see
I'm
if he's
getting
coming
ready to
back?
do.
Because we got to do score
Real.
predictions. So I'm gonna do I'm gonna do Jamar. I'm gonna do Mar. I'm gonna do 93. Warren, Jay, Cash, and me. Thank you, babe. Jamar, put you on mute. Put it on mute. Cash. Jamar, give us your score predictions this week for the Eagles versus the Giants.
I had to close my eyes. Hold on. All right. 35-17.
And who's your player of the game?
Hold up. AJ.
But we don't win without AJ, remember? Hey, remember? Hey, we don't win without AJ. I say, okay. I'm just being funny right now. I'm just being funny, my nigga.
Bro.
All right, 93 Thunder Fresh. What's your score prediction and your player of the game?
I want to say Jalen. Jalen.
No, what's your player of the game? I mean, your
Player of the game. I want to say 27-13.
And you said Jalen.
27-13, yeah.
All right, Warren, what's your score prediction and your player of the game?
Okay. I'm going 32-27 Eagles. Player of the game is going to be Hassan Reddick.
Damn. Hey.
And that's that coming off the air. He see what he did last time against him. That boy's smart right there.
Hey, I can't argue with that.
Cash.
Right. Shit, I want to go 32-15.
32-15.
Right. Yeah, we ain't Giants ain't scoring nothing.
32-15.
Nah. Let me give you a I'm gonna go 32-20.
Thunder. Hey, Warren picked 32.
Oh, damn. Shit, give me 27-20.
We scored 30.
I mean 28-20.
Oh yeah, because 93 picked 27 anyway.
Yeah, 28-20. I really want to pick Hassan Reddick because he been hungry. You been seeing him
balling,
play,
bro. And he got that rest.
He ain't
He
let
already
nobody touch him. Like, he getting to the quarterback. He does not care. So I'm going with Hassan as well.
No, you got to pick a different person, bro.
God damn it. Shit. I'm gonna pick CJ then.
Yeah.
All right. What did Jay say?
Bro.
He said his son knocked the Wi-Fi out, so he can't get back on. But he said his prediction is 28-17.
No, he can't tell me to do another one. You picked 28.
All right.
And Jamar picked 17. So 28 and 17 both is taken.
All right.
So I'm gonna go 34. $22. And with Miles.
Hey.
Go 33. I'm gonna go 24. Nobody picked 24, so I'm gonna go 24. 34-24.
Nobody picked Devontae Smith.
Anybody take 31 or 20?
Yep, 20. You took 20.
20.
31 and 31 is free.
31 is free though.
I'm about to say you should have just did it with like if they both like where they didn't have the matching scores.
Is 21 there? He said 31-21.
Yup. That's available.
31-21 is your pick then.
And what's your player of the game?
Who your player of the game?
Just tell him the players that's already taken. AJ.
He said Jalen.
AJ, Jalen, Reddick, CJ.
He taking Boston Scott as
the
player of the
Giant
game.
killer.
Right,
That little
Giants
man,
killer.
yo, he Boston.
All right, so we
Yeah.
gonna need
All right,
everybody
bro.
back
Holla at you
on
later.
next week. You know what I mean? And then we'll get back on and we'll talk shit. And we just doing a playoff edition, man. We're gonna have other people on here. If y'all know anybody that's cool on camera, you know what I mean, and shit like that, that's a fan of any other team of Cowboys, 49ers, Giants, Jaguars, Chiefs, Bills, Bengals. If y'all know anybody, bro, you know, let me know. We send them a link and we just gonna try to get every team as possible up on here next week.
That's a
Okay.
bet.
All right, appreciate y'all, my brother, and we
Salute,
on
my
until
brother.
next
Appreciate you
week.
for having us, Fly.
Hey,
Eagles fly.
shout out to my boy Jamar, man. I've been trying to get my boy on here since week 1, and look how shit fell.
Yo,
Hey, it fell right into place, though. It fell right into place, my nigga. You get what I'm saying? Hey,
Let's
fly,
go.
Eagles, fly. Bird gang, my nigga. Hey,
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
y'all. Hey, victory. Hey, we gonna hop up on here next week. We starting off with the Eagles fight song, bro. After this
Yeah.
much
victory.
respect, brothers.
Hell
Yeah, that. Appreciate y'all, my brother.
All right, bro.
All right, fam.